Good morning. It is the 5th of December, and this is Awesome here. And Awesome would like to say welcome to the circus. Welcome to the light workers. Welcome to the star seeds. Welcome to the invisible people. Welcome to the champions. Welcome to everyone. Right here at the beginning, I'm going to ask anyone that is not interested in listening to me now, with a part of them beyond their logical and analytical mind, to please don't listen right now. The reason for this is that we cannot afford doubt and fear now. So if you come at me with your mind, it will not help you and it will not help me. And I need all the help I can get this week. Okay? So please, please. I'm not dismissing you. I'm not belittling you. I'm not in any way condemning anybody. I'm asking you very simply to step back, take a rest. Rest in yourself. Find a moment of clarity if you can. Because from this point forth, there will need to be some moments of clarity. I say this as much for you as for myself. So please, anyone listening to this with a desire to dissect or analyze me, I would recommend that you don't. That goes for close friends and family. That goes for everybody. Leave me alone right now. Please. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Okay. Anyone still remaining, still deciding to remain in the circus? Welcome to the circus. Oh, invisible people, how are you doing? This is awesome here. Look, I now assume everyone's still watching is up to date with the circus. And I will continue from that very point. Because where else can we find this understanding other than in this present moment? And I want to spend these present moments with you. Like I said, I assume everyone now listening is up to date and has watched what I have done. So anyone that hasn't, you will quite simply not understand the bloody thing I'm talking about. So, goodness me, guys. What are we about to do? The experiences I've had have driven me here again. My little dream time with the invisible people. It fills me with hope. To be honest, one of the big things that has led me here today is a message, many messages, but one message that really pointed at this time as a magical time, and I feel that nearly full moon, isn't it? And that to enter this magical time, to be diligent and uninterrupted, that it is a truly creative time. So I've decided today, who knows what could happen. I'm going to be completely bloody honest with you, by the way. My intention is over this sort of week to attempt to really keep this focus uninterrupted. Which is always connecting with that inner dream, the invisible dream, to connect with it constantly, to be in that, that flow state. I want that flow state in my life. When I'm in that flow state, I know I'm in the right place. Love is everything. Then that gets flipped on its head and you realize everything is love. So the creative ability now is just that, to step into a season, a chapter of unconditional love. Time Bandit here. Right, that's awesome. Set the stage. Whew. Right. Time Bandit here. All right. I'm the superhero of this circus, you see. You do know I'm a time bandit, yeah? What awesome everyone else is trying to do, unsuccessfully, they can't do without me, because I'm the time bandit. I want to open my heart to you this week. I want to push myself beyond the boundaries of ridicule, backstabbing, ignoring, beyond every boundary that seems to be in my way. I know that it isn't. I know I am talking to you. I know I have a connection with you. I am in your heart and you are in mine. This oneness of humanity is so enormous. It's so absolute that it is the light, this light within each of us, and this light collectively, that we can truly, truly step beyond this illusion. This has never been possible before on this scale. And we're going to do it. This week for me, I set it as my intention. Because I personally must step up to this line. The creative abilities of us as humans in this new earth have a very beautiful safeguard, in that they must be aligned with that unconditional love. No longer will the mind be dominant. The heart, to say it's stronger is an absolute joke. There's no competition, I'm afraid. That is why you must come from that place. For us all, I want to make it simple. I want to make this truly simple. Today's one will be called What is the In-Between? I don't know. Time, but it doesn't know. Oh. Honest, Tim. All right, we get this circus moving now. Right, so 5th of December. It means nothing. Honestly, what means everything is I know now, with every fibre of my being, that the ones still decided to listen to me are connected with me. Honestly, that gives me a superpower. It gives me a position of great responsibility. I am not unaware of that. Why do you think I've had caution? Honestly, I contain something so staggering. And yeah, I'm a guy. I go through my trials. I could be honest with you now, too honest perhaps, for now. But I want to be honest with you. To develop this connection with so many requires absolute authenticity and honesty. And you know, there's, for us en masse to interact in such a way would not be possible without the human heart. It absolutely wouldn't be possible. Imagine trying to come together with our minds now. It's not happening. So it is inevitably that inner connection that we are exploring. Remember, this is now a mission of exploration. Into what we are capable of as a collective. My part, personally, Tim, my part in this is clearly not normal. My part in this to connect with you, just like now, and I will attempt more and more, requires my insight and intuition completely. Like I asked anyone with doubts and fears to not be here, I do the same to myself. I cannot afford doubts now. And truly, in a sense, you know, how do I say? I feel a lot. The backstabbing that has gone on in my personal life, and on a far larger scale that I am more aware of than I would perhaps like to be, must stop. I won't accept it anymore. You can try, but I would recommend don't. And anyone that tries to backstab me and the wild babe, don't. It will quite simply come back on you through no efforts of my own. It will be a reflection. Honest Tim's getting a little bit in depth, but how can I help it? What is this in between that we are in? What is this point that we are at? To see this Maya, this illusion that we have been existing in, and then to conceive of it being flipped on its head and a new existence, a new earth coming into light, is a very, very big concept. And yet it is not a concept. It is a flipping of what we are experiencing. Through my experiences, I have seen it. It is happening. I know you guys, well, beautiful, invisible people, still listening, are with me on this. Every doubt of this connection is what I am removing, and I pray have removed. My longing to see that dream is exactly what's kept me going every step of the way. And honestly, I feel an incredible momentum now. It won't let me go. And I don't want it to. So honestly, again, this in-between, which for me, by the way, is very clear because it is literally this. Like the poems, Magician Through the Mirror. Here I am. Forever on the other side of that mirror. But that's just here, in the world, in this illusion. Within myself. I have stepped through that mirror. I've stepped through that veil. More and more. And this is as I've come to understand the truth. That stepping beyond the in-between is that it will be that coming together. And honestly, nothing else fills me with so much hope and so much love for my superb, invisible friends. So honestly, I want to spend this week more in touch with my invisible friends than I ever have before. I want to attempt to maintain it throughout my day, to the next day, to reboot at exactly the same point. I want my effort to be continuous. I set myself a challenge right in front of you. Hope I don't regret it. Because look, honestly, I'm a spacey guy. I'm a guy. Talk to a few people that know me and they'll be like, tell me a flipping mess, is this, is that. And like I say, that doesn't help. I've had to get those blinkers on and focus. But I want to be honest. I have to be honest with you. More honest than ever. For which actually, Tim's been hassling me. That this is just a little sideline. We'll let him in for a second. Minute. Something. Right. Tim. Oh, crikey. What have they set me up for? There's, well, obviously plenty I'd like to say, but I'm always a little bit concerned about getting in trouble for what I say. So I'm going to be very gentle and light. Just Tim. But of course I'm Tim. Children's champion, women's champion, trees champion, earth champion. Many things coming up against my championship. I'm not going to get too into that, so don't worry. I want to do a little update on the gardening video I assume some of you watched. Now, first of all, the reason I'm doing this is to bring some clarity into a very dark situation, which is difficult. That's what Tim's doing. He's a champion. The subject of the gardening video was the Uvalde school shooting. Like I say, a little bit dark. I'll be very gentle when I talk about this. But I must bring light on this. I must. I'm the children's fucking champion. Anyone that doesn't know, Uvalde shooting was, caused the death of 19 children, 2 teachers. It was caused by one 18-year-old boy who, 1 week after his birthday, 18th birthday, he bought 2 assault rifles, went to school, killed 19 kids. It has come to light that no less than 376 police officers responded to that call. 376 policemen, police officers, women, I don't know, responded for one 18-year-old. Any defense of your gun laws is so far gone now that I will not entertain it for 1 second. Because 376 people, armed to the teeth, I would assume, body armour, body cams, jock strap, I don't know what you wear to these little, As the children's champion, oh, fuck. It did my head in when I found out. 376 against 1, and you lost, by the way. Now, at this point, I will be very delicate. Very gentle, not delicate, gentle. Please, every officer involved, including the leaders that thought they were leading it, didn't realise they were, and all the confusion. I'm not trying to make it any harder for you. In fact, I'm trying to make it better for you. But this really does show the utter insanity. I know, and I'm sure all of you officers have been through your own journey on this. It must have been horrendous, and what you've gone through, and you go through regularly. So I am not in any way judging you. I'm trying to point out the futility of this scenario. So please, and those officers, it was absolutely none of yours fault. It is a systematic problem that must be resolved because it makes simply no sense. And the defenders of such a thing, Ted Cruz in particular, and many others, I'm sorry to point this out, but it just stood up and it's mental. That is just one side. I'll bring in a lighter side of this dynamic. Still Tim, as who I am. Next bit, I'm not sure how to get. But Orson keeps pushing me to say this. It's like a little bit. Oh, I don't know how to do this bit. This coming closer together, if you like. I know I'm in a unique position. Very unusual. And just say, right. I can't say it. How English am I? Right. The kissing business in this whole little joining. is coming closer and stuff, and as I meet more and more, I just want to make something straight. This is going to be funny, but hey, I got freedom. Look, it's kissing business, you know, I got no problem with it. So, you know, ladies, no problem whatsoever. Older ladies is whatever, motherly women, no problem. Younger ladies, bit awkward. Hug, kids, hug and a kiss, it's no problem. But I want to make one thing straight. That's the point. It's all a bit silly. One thing straight in more ways than one. Guys, no tongues, all right? So that's Time Bandit back to save the day. Well, we pushed Tim to get that off his chest. Just to make things straight. Unless this universe has got a very big surprise in store for me. That's just simply how it is. So Time Bandit back to save the day, as ever. What is the in-between? What stage are we in right now? What stage do I find myself in? I find myself in this beautiful stage where the seeds have been planted, the seeds have germinated, the seeds are poking above the surface and going through their cycle. And I can see them. I am aware of them. I am not in control, but I'm there. And I'm learning to make sure they have that water. They have that care. They can be covered in times of storm or frost. That truly the growth of the human being at this time, right now, is at a magical, indeed quantum level. To trust in that growth has now become my main focus. I dedicated myself to this journey a long time ago. And I dedicate myself to it again today. It's raining today. It's nice. Do like rain. The magic of the human heart coming closer. The mind doesn't have the language. That's why, quite literally, what I say is almost irrelevant. It's the energy that we have right now, right this second. This little interface ignites the energy within us all. It brings us into this moment, into a moment of trust, a moment of connection. Again, remember, that's all I said I want. I want connection because I know that will make my garden bloom beyond anything I could ever do on my own. And we're not alone. The human heart is not alone. We are already connected. What we have to realize is that flipping of these worlds is just that. To find your fun in the experience you have of feeling connected to one another and to this planet and to this universe. We are not alone here. And that's the in-between I want to share with you, the in-between I am going through. And the in-between we are all going through. We will not fail in this. To not fail takes effort. You can always just let something go. Believe me, I could self-sabotage myself now. So simply. I could hide from this dream. I could run from this dream. But it would be so utterly pointless because I now have nothing else but this dream, it feels. And that dream for me becomes more alive, more real, every time I do these little messages. My little worst video call ever. My little reach out. It works. I find you. I find that connection with the divine, with that ocean. You know, our concept of fun will have to change. I'm not talking fun of making millions on crypto coin. I'm sorry, that is not fun. That isn't. It isn't. I'm not talking of fun of this world. I'm talking of fun, of feeling a connection with this infinite ocean. That requires an entire human being. Meeting in the heart is where we're going to meet. But for guys, they have to come up from all the lower stuff. For ladies, they have to kind of come down from their higher understanding because that is what you have. Hey, well, bird, how you doing? Just everyone out a minute. Hey, it was nice to see you again last night. To know that I can connect with you gives me the greatest hope. As I connect with you, I connect with myself and so many more. Like I said, I never thought it was possible to have such a beautiful invisible friend. And anyway, look, over this week, you know, I'm going to try and keep this going. I'm going to keep it going. Set my intentions here. I'll write you a poem. you like it or not, wild bird, you're getting another poem. Because I know you like them. You know, it's a time, individually, of you, wild bird. Let's step forward. Step forward. Let's let go of the past. Let's just join, in that beautiful way. So I'm going to put another little grin on your face now. I can see it. And I'm going to do you a poem or two. We'll see. Who knows what this week has? Basically, it's still Time Bandit here. I'm stepping into a new season, new chapter. I will write some of the book this week. I will be very gentle as I do that. Something in me knows so certainly what is going on here and where it is going. To trust in that takes a letting go of ever such a lot. And I would like you, if you would like, this week to join me in this little effort of stepping forward into this beautiful dream. Don't bring your doubts. We can't afford to have them now. Let go. Trust. Let's get in that stretch of the river where it's just flowing beautifully. Let go of all your things. Get in that river. Let's flow together this week. It is about unconditional love. So let's step into that. Orson here. I'm going to round this up. I am still the ringmaster. Whatever that Time Bandit says, don't listen to him. He's a blimmin' pest. But hey, can't help but like him. So Orson, remember who I am. Still looking for Mork. I want to calm all your fears. I want you to let go of all your doubts. I want to calm all my fears, and I want to let go of all my doubts. So we're on the same page here. This alchemy of understanding, we have this. We can join on this journey. We can aid each other, support each other in a very simple way. Insight, it is crucial. It is crucial. So, what is the in-between? I don't know. It's this. It's this point where I'm still not having an unconditional look in your eyes, wild bird. That's the in-between. No, I'm kidding. No pressure. The in-between is where we are, in a sense, waiting. That patience with this divine plan is a beautiful place to be, because it implies you have trust in that divine plan. So Wilson would like to say, have trust. Have absolute trust now in the divine plan that is clearly playing out. And let us step through it together. Let us step through this in-between together. My connecting with you gives me hope, gives me connection. Am I being selfish? Maybe a little bit. Self-preservation. But I know my words help. I know forget the words. The energy. The care. Remember, kindness. There's no limit. And it is the highest intelligence. That's the care we need. And I feel kinder when I'm talking to you because I love you. Well, you love someone, you're all horrible to them. It's like, well, hang on a minute, there's a problem. I want to be kind. I want to connect with every one of your hearts. Not many of your minds. I don't think we're not going to do a little intellectual battles here. We're not going to do that because it goes nowhere. We're going to connect our hearts first. Then our intellects, coloured by our hearts, we can then combine and create. But to create exclusively from the human mind, it's a mess. That's what we're stepping out of. That is the matrix that has dominated this beautiful stage of planet Earth. The greatest stage. The heart must lead. Ascend. And colour this. This is highly creative. But it must be coloured by heart. And that is the journey through this in-between that we're in. So I want to activate my heart this week. It is activated in my life. But to cross this veil, to cross this to you, is going to take a greater effort from me. As I said in a poem last Christmas, the earth told me clearly that you love me dearly, and at last I opened my heart. And then I was sure that this was how to open a door, to come out in your presence, to feel really quite pleasant, and declare this love as I simply love you. Being of the infinite kind, there is enough to go round for really quite some time. So, what is in between is where we are now. We're going to get through it, and we are going to come together and join and celebrate this beautiful existence of the human life. Thank you, invisible friends. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you.